What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Who do we have in here today? Keith Skates, D-Trick, OGZ, D-Trick, Cam 702, Day-Day, OGZ, Day-Day, iBook Boy, Stoolie, and perhaps a few of you guys lurking in the shadows. I'm kind of in a hurry today because it's an adventure. It's my friend Rydog's birthday. I gotta try to be there at 5, leave there by 6 so that we can drive across town to see preseason Golden Knights game. The Las Vegas Golden Knights are gonna be playing against the Utah Hockey Club, whatever the funk that is. So that's gonna be exciting. So we're gonna rush through this podcast a little bit. I just got out of bed maybe 30 minutes ago. I didn't have any snack food, right? Didn't have any potato chips or anything. So I threw on some shrimp and I started thinking about it. Those shrimp are probably expired. So my first meal of the day with nothing in my stomach is going to be some expired ass shrimp. And I put a little bit of this Yucateca, like habanero ghost pepper sauce on top just because, you know, I wanted to get like the shrimp diabla going. And then I remembered that that's one of the few hot sauces in my fridge that has extract in it. So we're really like confusing the stomach before we go into this like super public event. And there's going to be 10,000 people there. Why wouldn't I want to have my stomach exploding, shitting all over the place? I'm a Costco guy. Of course I want to go to fucking the Golden Knights NHL game and shit my pants. Of course I do. I'm a Costco guy. So that's the plan. Although I should be able to eat some barbecue foods at Rydog's house. I think he's turning 37. So I feel like we're all getting old. Guy has 2 kids now. You guys ever deal with that? Your friends are getting older. They're having kids. They stop having fun. I went on a rant about this a few weeks ago. Trying to get your friends in their like late 30s to go do something physical. Like, let's go to the batting cages. Let's go cliff jumping into the water. Let's go climb a tree. I don't know. Let's go play basketball. Let's go, like, fuck, I can barely get these fools to walk. Oh, yeah. I can barely get these fools to walk the dog. And then now they have this brilliant excuse. All my friends, when they get old, they go, well, it's not me. I would go, dude, but my wife, you know, and the kids and the dog and my back and scoliosis and my knee and my elbow and my shoulder. I would go. Listen, if it was up to me, if it was just me and you, I'd go. But my wife said, she's like, no, get him out of here. Take him. I don't want to fucking hang out with him. Okay, well, I would go, but my kids need me. Dad, fuck out of here. I don't want you. I fucking hate you. So my kids, the dog needs me. Woof. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's my back. It's my back. Like, oh, well, I have your MRI right here. It says you have 0 fucking back problems at all. So, if I get it, you don't want to hang out. You don't want to go do anything fun. Old people never want to do fun shit. Rydog's hyped though. You know what? I kind of can relate a little bit because as soon as I got my dog, I used to travel, you know, all the time for skating or to see friends. And not like I'm traveling overseas, but, you know, I'd go to California for the weekend, go check out some buddies in Arizona, go to Ohio, hang out with Andy and them or whatever, you know, just stuff like that. And now that I have a dog, even though I know that there's people out there that could take care of him, I'm more comfortable just hanging out with him. So I guess on that note, like I kind of can relate, but, I don't know, man. At what year, what age do most people just give up on anything fun for the rest of their lives? And you know what? I used to do this thing. I used to be like, oh man, like I'd see, you know, you have like your friends, your group of friends, and all your friends have like a mom or a dad or something. I mean, maybe not everybody, but you know what I mean? And you look like, hey, why is your dad fucking skinny and always working on cars? And your dad's fucking fat and doesn't do shit. And you go, oh, well, that's because this guy still goes jet skiing once a month with his, you know, with his buddies. And it's because that fat fuck just eats cheese all day and gets 18 packs of Miller High Life after work every single day and drinks it on the porch smoking a cigarette. And then you go, you know what? I get it now, because all of my friends are the cheese-eating, beer-drinking, fat piece of shit. So of course they're not gonna want to. Of course they're not gonna want to go cliff jumping. They're Costco guys. They're too busy eating chocolate fucking crunch. I can't stop making that joke. I'm gonna keep that Costco joke going, probably for the next like 10 years. After Costco is gone, I'm still gonna be making that joke. What's been going on this week? Well, I skateboarded. My skateboarding video came out today. Back tail backside flip. I did it on my mini ramp, and I put on Steve Hates Skating once again. If you guys were here for last week, I filmed the trick on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I write, do you guys think I'm gonna land this? Of course I'm lying, because I already know that I landed it. But I go on my Instagram where everyone hates me, and I say, do you think I'm gonna land this? 400 people say, no, you're not gonna land that trick. You suck. You don't skate. You're fat and stupid. So they secretly don't know that I've already landed the trick. Right? I've already won this this little vote. I've already won the vote. So I did back tail backside flip. And in my mind, it's a big like gotcha, like, hey bitch, like, yeah, you voted against me, like, you doubted me, you doubted my skateboarding abilities, even though I'm old and gray. You doubted me and I still won. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But of course it's the internet. So their comeback is yeah, well, that's a mini ramp. And I'm still thinking to myself, like, is it not a back tail backside flip? Did we not agree that I couldn't back tail backside flip? As always, the internet moves the goalpost and they go, yeah, oh well, it was supposed to be on a ledge. It was supposed to be. I never said ledge. You never said ledge. The word ledge was never uttered. It only needs to be on a ledge after I've proved everyone wrong. Now it has to be a ledge. And if I did it on a ledge tomorrow, they'd say, well, the ledge wasn't down any stairs. And then I do it down a ledge with some stairs. And they go, well, it wasn't a street spot where it's NBD. And I go, okay, well, no. And they go, oh, well, it wasn't down the rail connected to Carlsbad. And I say, Carlsbad's not even there anymore. And they go, exactly. That's how I know I win. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What are you guys talking about? The goalpost is always shifting anyways. If you saw today's video, I didn't even plan on trying back tail backside flip. I got on the mini ramp, and I go through this usually in summertime, but it could be anytime because I filmed that footage on Wednesday, and the weather was not too bad. But I got out there, I got on my ramp, I looked down, I rolled back and forth, you know, like not even hitting coping, just like contemplating, do I want to skate today? Is my back gonna be sore? What if I hurt my foot? It's kind of hot out here. It's too dusty. I stepped in dog shit, you know, and I'm just thinking of all of these excuses against myself. And then I got out there, I warmed up. I got lucky on a couple of lines. I did a first try tornado, and that hyped me up. And I said, you know what, dude, I'll try this like 10 or 20 tries. So I get up there, I stick a couple, and I got lucky on one. I landed one, not perfect. I wouldn't say it was perfect because I had some crazy, wacky, inflatable arms, and also my back foot kind of like bobbled at the end, which I don't think anyone out there would ever really care, but I'm such a perfectionist towards other people when I say, oh, your nollie heel flip was rocket, or oh, you tic-tacked a little bit. So I kind of invite that to happen to myself, but it doesn't seem like anyone's been talking shit. But if they were gonna say anything negative about my back tail backside flip, that's what you would say. You'd say, oh, your arm steez was kind of stupid, and also your back foot bobbled a little bit. But maybe no one noticed. Or maybe, you know, maybe it's a shift. Maybe I'm going from the heel to the baby face. I've been watching wrestling documentaries. Can you tell? Can you tell? So skating went pretty good. Would you guys like to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack sent directly to your home? Yeah, I would love that. Guess what? It used to be that you could only win these stickers in America, but I have 4 international stamps. So that means in the next, I don't know, what do you think? 4 weeks, probably 3 months, 4 international people will win. So all you have to do to win these free Ninja Lifestyle stickers is answer one question correctly. And it's this: when you type in a web address www.ninjalifestyle.com. What does the www stand for? By the way, you guys can check out ninjalifestyle.com. It's a shortcut to my YouTube channel. You can also check out cakemuscle.com. It's a shortcut to absolutely nothing. It's a waste of your time. You can buy stickers off there, but you really shouldn't do that. It's kind of a ripoff. If you guys want stickers, just talk to me. Talk to me directly. Or just win the weekly sticker giveaway, which, by the way, only podcast in the world that gives away a free pack of Ninja Lifestyle stickers every single week. Now, Dietrich on my page, he's the first one to get it right there. Dietrich, you are the winner. Send me your information after the podcast, and I will get these stickers to you one day in the next 5 years. Because I know Fletcher won, I think, 4 weeks ago. And then 00 won 3 weeks ago. And then the next week we skipped it. So I owe 3 of you guys sticker packs. Speaking of procrastination, how hard is it for me to simply take 4 stickers, put them into an envelope, write an address on it, and then put a stamp on? Why is that so difficult? It's not. It takes 0 seconds and 0 minutes. But for some reason, every time I think about doing it, I do this thing where I go, yeah, I got to send them stickers. I'll do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes tomorrow. And then there's another tomorrow. Then there's another tomorrow. So I really, I just been blowing it, man. Speaking of blowing it, you guys know I've always said Oreos are the worst cookie ever made. It's not good. Adam Carolla has a great skit where he goes, anytime that you need to sell the cookie with something else, then you know that the cookie's not going to be good. You know, they always say, oh, an Oreo and milk. And then you go, well, what do you do if you don't have milk? And they go, oh, you don't eat that garbage. So, fundamentally, it's a piece of shit, like cookie. It's not good. What flavor is it even? It's not chocolate. That cream on the inside, it's not marshmallow. It's just random black and white goo and rough-ass, crunchy-ass chip that crumbles everywhere. It's just a piece of shit. And you need milk. Oh, does it come with milk? No? Then it sucks on its own. It's the worst. Anyways, somebody brought over a pack of Oreos and they left them on my kitchen table. And then I smoked a bunch of weed. And I decided to try to watch The X-Files. And then I ate all the Oreos. I ate every single one of them. Here's my thing. If I'm going into the kitchen and Oreos are there, this is how it gets me. This is why I would be a bad, wild animal, because I would step in every trap. I'd be caught by every hunter. Because every time I walk to the fridge, I look to my left and I go, oh, there's an Oreo. I pick up the Oreo and I eat one. And then I go to the fridge and I drink some water or I grab a beer or whatever I'm doing. Beer and Oreos. Oh, yeah, that's great. So then I turn around. I walk back to the living room. I say, well, if the Oreos are still there, I eat another one. So every time I go to the kitchen for whatever reason, it's 2 Oreos down. So if I'm in my living room streaming on Twitch, I usually go through 4 or 5 bottles of water. Or if I'm drinking beers, we'll say 2 tall cans and 3 bottles of water. That's 5 trips to the kitchen. That's 10 Oreos. And now the next thing you know, the whole box is gone. So I ate all the Oreos. I watched 9 episodes of X-Files. By the way, X-Files, it's really hit or miss, okay? Not that you guys care or that anyone was going to go out and check it out. I just remember when I was younger, I watched a lot of X-Files because it was always on TV. It was every day. And I looked up, it has 13 seasons. I don't know how many episodes are in each season, but I'm on season 1, episode 16. So I'm from the new age where a whole season is 6 episodes. So I don't know what X-Files is doing. I got to look at the list. But some episodes, kind of cool. Some episodes really, really don't hold up at all. They had a ghost. A ghost came out of some dead body and then flew into space and then flew into the space station, like a rocket ship. And then the ghost flew back down to Earth. And I'm like, dude, this is the dumbest shit ever. Not saying that alien ghosts can't do that. I'm just saying it was really dumb. I'm only on season 1, though. So if we look at X-Files and we think of it oh, this is not a hit show that lasted 13 fucking seasons. Okay, let's just pretend we didn't know that. This is only season 1. This is like the pilot season. So by the time I finally get through all these terrible episodes, I bet the episodes are going to get really good. I feel like almost every show that has that long, like that many seasons, that many episodes, their sweet spot is always right in the middle. Right at the beginning, it's always whack. Right in the middle, the sweet spot, and then at the end, you're like, yeah, that last season was terrible. So we'll find out. I figure it's a show, right? It's won like awards. People still like it. I'd say it kind of holds up. If you guys were maybe debating on checking out the X-Files, I would say, yeah, maybe go ahead and give it a shot. So the other day, by the way, I have a back pain today, like a back ache today. I think it's from last night. I drank 3 2-11s against my better judgment, but I did it for money. Okay, listen, anytime you do something bad that injures yourself or makes you hungover, at least try to make it into a situation where you're gonna get money out of it. So for $7, I made the internet pay me to drink another beer and get more and more obnoxious and drunk on stream, and now my back hurts. So the other day I was laying in bed, my alarm goes off, I gotta get up, I gotta do something, and I looked at my alarm and I fucking snoozed it because I was in this position in the bed where I was so comfortable. I had a pillow, I had a hugging pillow, right? I had some thick blanket in between my knees, so my knees weren't like clacking together. I had a pillow under me and a pillow over me. The edge of one of the pillows was going right over my eyes, so it was almost like I had one of those like light, those, what do you call those things? People wear them to bed. They block the light and they strap around your head. I had one of those kind of, but it was made out of the cover, the case for the pillowcase. Who talks like this? Had that going, dude. The legs were perfectly spread. I had like, my feet were outside the cover, so I was getting a little bit of that cold air. It's early in the morning. And I was like, dude, this is the best. I was so comfortable, man. And I was like, you know what? Fuck what I have to do today. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about what I gotta wake up for. I don't care about this internet. I gotta go edit some shit, make a phone call. Fuck that. I'm gonna stay here for as long as possible, maybe until the end of time. I'm looking at, like, also my window's blacked out, so I can see like a little crack in the window. So I'm like, oh yeah, the sun is definitely up. I can see that, but I'm not getting up. Fuck the sun. Who cares if the world is moving? I'm not. I'm nice, safe, and sound. Oh, the dog was right like next to my feet too, so I could feel him. If I reached down, I could pat him on the butt, be like, oh, good boy. And it was the greatest. So I thought to myself, I'm gonna remember this exact position so that for the rest of my life I can sleep like this. And I remembered it. I made a mental note of exactly where the blanket was, and right where that fucking pillow is, which direction the pillow is facing, so that I could get the cover, the edge of it to come over and go over the eyes. I remembered it perfectly, and I tried it again the next day. It wasn't the same. It was the same. Physically, it was the same, but I didn't feel the same. I had back pain. I rolled over to the other side. I tried to fucking mirror it. I try to go, okay, it was lefty on that night. You got to keep, your spine and your brain and your equilibrium, you got to keep them guessing. So let's take everything we just did, a perfect position, roll it onto the other side, and then try it that way. Tried it. Didn't work. Could not recreate the amount of comfortability, even though I was doing everything perfect. So you know what? You know what the moral of the story is? I'm glad I enjoyed it when I found it. Right? I'm glad that when I discovered the most comfortable position in bed ever, I'm glad I held on to it. I'm glad I fucking snoozed my alarms. I'm glad I just said, you know what? I'm going to sit here. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to hang out and enjoy this because, you never know when it's going to come back. It could be gone forever. I could never be that comfortable ever again. And imagine if my response to that was, well, you know what? I didn't even bother enjoying it. Didn't even appreciate what I had. I just let it slip away. Just like I can see right now, my connection for my live Twitch stream has broken, and my chat room has also broken. So I'll take a short break and try and figure this out. All right, internet is broken. What do we expect? What else do I got going on? You know what I've been seeing a lot lately on Twitter is the shit about faze, F-A-Z-E. And I remember faze being like a Call of Duty like team, clan, where I think it was mostly like snipers. They do spins, 360 no scope, shoot you across the map, kill cam. These are all just terms for Call of Duty, right? I don't play that much anymore, but I remember back when I did. And now, when I see faze on like Twitter, it's like a bunch of weird like first off, everyone's like 5'2", and they're all like pranking each other, and it's like a bunch of like helpless nerds like fighting each other, but no one ever actually fights. And I don't know if it's like a prank channel, or maybe there's two phases, maybe one's for video games and one's for like pranks or something, but I have no idea what's going on. Or maybe it's one brand and they have like the video game section and then like the skinny prank, like weird kid section. It's just a bunch of kids. I mean, kids, like 14-year-olds yelling at each other and then like trying to fight each other, and they all have the same haircut. And I have no idea. Like if I saw a kid wearing a faze t-shirt, I would have to be like, oh, are you like a sniper on video games, or are you like a weird prank kid? So I guess I wanted to ask you guys what happened, or did it change, or could it just be only streaming? Maybe faze, instead of being for video games, maybe it's only streaming. So maybe they have like some of them that do like Fortnite or Call of Duty, some that do like Smash Bros, some that speedrun Mario 64, and then some that whatever they do, right? They act awkward around women and then fucking they giggle to each other and then fight each other, or so I don't know. But I was curious if maybe you guys could give me some insight on what is faze, because from what I remember, dude, it was like Call of Duty. Question number 2: what is the best nacho cheese? If one of you stuck up pieces of shit tells me you gotta make your own, you gotta make one from a roux, and you gotta make a bechamel, and then you gotta add the cheese, and then you gotta do this and that. Okay, if you're at the store. Listen, there's only like 3 types of nacho cheese, right? In like a jar. Unless you're saying, we could also be talking about simply getting like a cup, you know, and then melting the cheese into it. Or like a little bowl. What would you guys do? How do you guys do your nacho cheese? And I'm saying nacho cheese as if I mean like actually nacho cheese. I mean cheese that you would place onto a nacho. No one wants to buy that canned bullshit cheese. It's the worst. I don't know how people, you know, some people like that on a cheesesteak. Is it even technically cheese? I don't know. But I was wondering if you guys had any insight, because I feel like my viewers, if there's anyone that knows about cheese on nachos, it's going to be you guys. Then again, we do watch so many cooking videos. Some of you guys might be like, well, first you got to get this, you got to get the roux going. You got to add the fucking milk, heavy cream. Then you got to add aged Gruyere. Like, hold on, dude. I meant something. Listen, I don't crave nacho cheese and then also solving a problem. You know, I don't want like a cooking challenge. When I'm in the mood for nachos, it usually has something to do with me being drunk or high, and I need to eat immediately. So if you're gonna give me some 15 ingredient recipe, I don't want to hear it. Simply say, oh, the one made by Pace. Goya makes a good one, or something like that. If you guys have any insight on that. Then again, I'm reading my chat room right now, knowing that it might still be broken. So I don't know why I'm expecting any answers from you guys. But the good thing is this podcast also comes out on YouTube, where you guys can also leave your comments. I don't have very much more to talk about. Also, you guys knew this was going to be a short podcast because I have prior engagements to get to. I watched a movie the other day called The Adjustment Bureau. And at first I thought it was like a spy movie. I thought it was a movie about spies and secrets, like GoldenEye, 007, James Bond. Turns out it was a chick flick. I watched some brokeback mountain-ass bullshit where this guy likes this girl, and the powers that be don't want them to date. It's actually, the more I think about it now that I'm describing it, the premise for the movie is actually really fucking dumb. But this guy has a crush on this girl. You know, they think they're in love, even though they met only one time. And then these magical spies keep setting up ways to separate them. And these guys can, like, teleport, and there's secret doors. Basically, I watched this fucking movie for an hour and a half before I realized I was watching some Disney Channel bullshit. So, I guess if you're like, I don't know, if you're like 17 years old and you're on a date with some girl, yeah, go watch Adjustment Bureau. If you're an adult, the movie's fucking terrible. Terrible movie. Not good. Final topic of the day. Last night, I got like an episode and a half in to the new Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix. And I've been looking forward to it. I love wrestling documentaries. And the way this one's put together is so good. And you know what? They're all good, right? I don't know if I've ever seen a wrestling documentary where I was like, that was kind of lame or boring. There's a lot of thought put into the order of how they do things. They have all this old footage, how they're showing the interview, how even though the people that are interviewing aren't talking to each other, it's kind of cool the way that they feed them questions to where they can almost like build off each other's the statements. Then again, you got to think they're probably filming these guys for fucking like 10 hours each. You know, you set you in a chair, we ask you a million questions for 3 hours, take a break, 2 more hours, and do that 2 days, 2-day shoot or whatever they do. I'm just guessing. But it was great. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to watch the other episodes. I spoke to somebody this morning and I was like, hey man, I know you like wrestling. How did you like it? And she's like, it's like every other wrestling documentary. And I was like, what? I was loving this. I was watching it like on the edge of my seat. Then again, the 3 malt liquor tall cans might have been a reason that I was like super hyped on this thing. I just thought it was really well done. And I would love to, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts if you end up watching it. I was a big wrestling fan and I stopped being a wrestling fan pretty much at age 14. Basically the exact moment I discovered, I wanted to get good at skateboarding was kind of the end of my my wrestling career. And I like seeing wrestling nowadays on Instagram where I see people doing like crazy flips and shit. But as far as following the storylines and stuff, I think it's all kind of weird and lame. Not that I could relate to like the Stone Cold era or Rey Mysterio Jr. or whatever. Not that I could relate to that shit, but I definitely can relate even less to like a buff guy with a buff white guy in cut off jean shorts being a rapper. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Ugh. Brother, this is wrestling? Ugh. So, I don't know, man. I watch a guy right now that I follow him on Instagram named Commander, and I don't know what, I think maybe he's part of AEW or something, just doing these crazy flips, and I watched this fool Ricochet doing double front flip. I'm like, nah, this is cool, because now I'm not just watching wrestling, now I'm watching like, I don't know, flips, motherfucker, cliff jumping, or I'm watching trampolining, gymnastics. I started to say gymnastics, and then I realized that wasn't really a step up. Hey, I'm not watching wrestling anymore, man. I'm watching gymnastics. I realized as I was about to say that how stupid that sounded. Acrobatics. There we go. Acrobatics is a better word. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on the Vince McMahon thing. That's all I got for today. I doubt there's very many of you in the chat room since we had so many internet problems. But if you are here, give me a oh, hell yeah. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Short podcast today. We made it only about 30 minutes. If you tuned in late, or maybe if you abandoned me when my internet died, which is fine, you can watch the repeat of this podcast on iTunes, on Podbean, on YouTube, on Spotify, podcast app, anywhere where they have podcasts. You can download this and you can tell a friend. Shout out to iBookBoy for his resubscribe. iBookBoy has been subscribed for 43 months. Let's go. Shout out to iBookBoy all the way in the old UK. I know this guy. He eats ramen with fish. What? Puts fish, sardines in the ramen? I swear to God. It's a real mess. Anyways, shout out to iBookBoy, We Are Sad, Day Day, Cam702, Jay Boosh, Day Day. I gotta cut my hair, jump in the shower. Nick Stems is probably on his way here. We're gonna go to a barbecue. I'm gonna eat some spicy ass fucking food. I'm gonna high five my friends. Then we're gonna go to the T-Mobile Arena, and I'm gonna sit in the top row, and then in the second period, I'm gonna go sit front row because I don't give a fuck. So I hope you guys also have a great weekend, and as I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. I want you guys all to find the most comfortable spot in bed so that you can experience greatness.